Hello, welcome to UK and Australia property news. Recently, UK Landlord may have some news about the new changes of the local law when renting out property. If you're a landlord with UK property, or you're considering investing in UK real estate, this is a video you simply can't afford to miss. Today, we'll be taking an in-depth look at the brand new Renters' Rights Act, the biggest shake-up to the UK rental market in decades. We'll explain exactly what's changing, how it affects you as an overseas landlord, and most importantly, how you can stay compliant while still maximizing your investment returns. Let's get started. Before we dive into the details, let's look at why the UK government has introduced these sweeping reforms. The private rental sector in the UK has grown rapidly in recent years, with over 20% of households now renting. The government's goal is to give renters more security, protect vulnerable tenants from unfair evictions, and improve standards across the board, while still recognizing landlords' rights. But as with all major reforms, there's a lot for landlords to adapt to. Being aware and prepared is key, especially for those of you managing your investments from overseas. The Renters' Rights Act has passed royal assent and is expected to become law within 6 months. There will be a single implementation date, after which both new and existing tenancies will be governed by the new rules. If you have existing fixed-term tenancies, they will automatically convert into periodic tenancies on that date. Let's break down the main changes one by one, with practical examples. 1. Abolition of fixed-term tenancies under the new law. All future tenancies will be periodic, meaning they run month to month or week to week, depending on how rent is paid. Tenants can remain in the property as long as they like, and can end the tenancy by giving 2 months' notice at any time. Example, if your tenant has been in your London flat for 10 months, they now have the right to continue indefinitely, provided they follow the tenancy terms and give you proper notice if they wish to leave. Why does this matter? This gives tenants stability, but also means landlords must plan for less certainty. You'll need to be more flexible with your rental strategy. 2. Section 21 No-fault evictions abolished. Previously, landlords could use Section 21 to end a tenancy without specifying a reason, provided they gave 2 months' notice. Under the new Act, this is no longer possible. You, as a landlord, can only regain possession of your property using Section 8 grounds. These are specific, legally defined reasons such as persistent rent arrears, now defined as 3 months or more, such as antisocial behavior or property damage. Regain possession of your property if you or close family need to move in or if you wish to sell the property. Important nuance: if you intend to sell or move in, you cannot relet or market the property for 12 months after regaining possession. This prevents misuse of these grounds. 3. Extended notice periods and tenant protection. For certain Section 8 grounds, notice periods have been increased. For example, for persistent rent arrears, notice is now for weeks instead of 2. And tenants who briefly fall into arrears but recover quickly are better protected. What does this mean for overseas landlords? You must act quickly and keep excellent records if issues arise, as the process for regaining possession is more regulated and may take longer. For rent increases, stricter rules. Rent increases are now limited to once per year, and you must serve a formal Section 13 notice with at least 2 months' warning. The new rent must reflect current market rates. If the tenant believes your increase is excessive, they can appeal to a first-tier tribunal, which has the power to set a fair market rent and even defer the increase for up to 2 months. Best practice: use independent market data to justify any changes in rent, and document all communication. 5. Advance rent restrictions. You may only accept 1 month's rent in advance. This is a significant change for landlords who previously requested 6 or even 12 months upfront, often from overseas students or those without a UK guarantor. How to adapt? If your tenant can't pass referencing, consider using a rent guarantor service, which Homes Global Property can arrange for you. Enhance tenant rights. Pets. Tenants can now reasonably request to keep a pet. You must consider the request, and can only refuse on reasonable grounds, such as property size or building rules. Tip: include clear, fair clauses in your tenancy agreement about pet care and property upkeep. 7. Landlord Ombudsman and the Renters Database. All landlords must register on a new private rented sector database. This improves oversight and helps tenants check landlord credentials. A new ombudsman scheme will handle complaints, offering quick, binding resolutions outside the court system. This means landlords must be even more diligent about compliance and record keeping. 8. Stronger local authority enforcement. Councils will have greater powers to investigate and penalize non-compliant landlords, including higher civil penalties and new reporting requirements. So, what does this all mean for you if you're living outside the UK? Let's talk practical steps. 1. Review all existing tenancies, ensure your tenancy agreements are up to date. Identify any fixed-term contracts that will be affected. 2. Update your rental processes, switch to compliant rent review procedures. Prepare to document all rent increases and notices. 3. Register on the landlord database. As soon as it opens, you'll need to register to stay legal. 4. Consider rent guarantee insurance. With longer notice periods and more tenant protections, insurance is now more crucial than ever to protect your rental income. 5. Stay informed and seek expert help. Partnering with an experienced agency like Homes Global Property means you never have to worry about missing deadlines or falling foul of new rules. Here at Homes Global Property, we understand the unique challenges faced by overseas landlords. Legal compliance. We'll keep you fully up to date and ensure all paperwork, notices, and processes are legally compliant. Proactive rent reviews. Our market insights and data-driven approach ensure your rent is always competitive and fair, maximizing your returns while avoiding disputes. Tenant management. From referencing and check-ins to property inspections and handling maintenance, we manage everything locally so you don't have to. Risk mitigation. We offer advice and access to rent guarantee insurance and trusted guarantor services, giving you financial peace of mind. Transparent communication. You'll receive regular updates, clear statements, and fast responses, no matter where in the world you are. Let's quickly address some common questions. Question: what if my current tenant is on a fixed-term lease? Answer: these will automatically convert to periodic tenancies on the implementation date. You don't need to renegotiate, but you must follow new rules from then on. Question: can I ever regain possession if I need to sell? Answer: yes, but only after the tenant's protected period, first 12 months, and with 4 months' notice. You can't relet or market the property for at least 12 months after using this ground. Question: what if my tenant refuses a fair rent increase? Answer: the first-tier tribunal will decide. As long as you can show your evidence, most cases are resolved fairly. Question: what about overseas students who can't provide a UK guarantor? Answer: we can connect you with third-party guarantor services to keep your property accessible and your income secure. Despite these changes, UK property remains one of the world's most stable and rewarding investment markets. Rental demand is strong, and as long as you adapt to the new rules, you can continue to enjoy reliable returns and long-term capital growth. In fact, these reforms aim to professionalize the sector, giving quality landlords like you a real advantage. So, what should you do now? 1. Contact Homes Global Property for a free compliance review. 2. Let us update your documentation and processes. 3. Ask about our property management and insurance solutions. 4. Subscribe to our channel for ongoing updates and advice. Don't leave your investment to chance. With expert support, you can stay compliant, protect your income, and take full advantage of everything the UK property market offers. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow investors. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below or contact us directly. Homes Global Property, your trusted partner in overseas real estate. We'll see you in the next video.